As we already know, PE is fun, but what can we do to make it more fun? This webinar is a fun addition to PE, integrating math into PE. Hi there, my name is Yolanda Redmond. I am a physical education and health teacher. I have 15 years of middle school experience, 7 years of high school experience, and 6 years of elementary school experience. How can PE teachers integrate physical education with math? And why should we even want to? Let's talk about 6 benefits of integrating math into your PE classes. One benefit is interdisciplinary learning. Combining subjects helps students understand that the skills they learn are not isolated, but are interconnected. It promotes a more comprehensive and integrated form of learning. Another benefit is holistic development. Students will benefit by developing mentally and physically at the same time. This type of learning experience will challenge the students with their thinking process. The third benefit, real-world application of math. Students will be able to see how math can be used in real-life situations, whether they're calculating scores, measuring distances, or understanding the angles involved in the game. They see math as a useful tool rather than just a subject. The fourth benefit, enhanced engagement and motivation. Some students may find traditional math classes challenging. PE offers a setting to make learning math more enjoyable and memorable. The next benefit is critical thinking and strategy. Many games in PE require strategies. When combined with math, these games will require students to use critical thinking, problem solving, and decision making skills. And the last benefit, reinforcement of mathematical concepts. Use physical activities that offer repetition can serve as drills for math concepts by reinforcing them in the student's memory. Guess what? You don't have to figure out how to integrate math into PE. I have already done that research for you. So let's talk about how PE teachers can integrate math into our PE classes. There are several math concepts that the elementary student has to learn. But first, I need you as the PE teacher to select the math concepts you would be more comfortable implementing. Some of the math concepts are basic counting, measurement and comparison, shapes and spatial awareness, patterns and sequences, grouping and sorting, basic data collection, and analysis. Let's look at some activities that will promote these concepts. Here are 3 easy activities you can use basic counting in. 1. Jump rope counting. Just simply have the students count their jumps by ones, or twos, or fives, or tens. Another activity is active counting. Incorporate counting into activities like jumping jacks, hops, or skips. For instance, can you do 10 hops? Or let's do 5 jumping jacks together. In addition, integrate some skip counting into the activities and games. Another activity is rock, paper, scissors challenge. Students will use tally marks to keep the score. In the end, just have the students add up the tally marks. These are some things that you're probably already doing and didn't even realize that you were implementing math into your PE classes. Some simple activities to reinforce measurement and comparison are step measurements. The teacher will mark varying distances. Students will predict how many steps it would take to get from the starting point to the predetermined distance. Students will then walk the distance and count their steps. In the end, the students will compare what they predicted with the actual results. Another activity is long jump. Have students jump from a standing position. Measure the length of the jump using a measuring tape. Have them compare their distance with their classmates. Example, compare their first jump, then their second jump, and so forth. Timed races, and you already know they're going to love this. Time students in short sprints. Afterwards, they can compare their times to classmates and or calculate the average time taken by the class. Here are some activities that you can use in your PE classes to reinforce shapes and spatial awareness. Directional movements. Give directional commands during activities. For example, take 3 steps forward and 2 steps to the left. How about identifying the shapes? Place circles, squares, and triangles on the floor. Students will identify each shape by performing the locomotor movement. Walk, hop, or jump along the shapes. Shape dance. Play some music. When the music stops, the teacher will call out a shape: circle, triangle, or square. Students will use their bodies or join hands with classmates to form that shape. Another easy activity you guys can use just to implement math into our classes. Let's do some activities where we can reinforce patterns and sequences. Movement patterns. Create movement sequences for students to follow, like jump, clap, jump, 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 clap. What about some clapping patterns? Create clapping or stomping sequences that must be repeated. Example, clap, clap, stump, stump, clap. Ball bouncing sequences. Ask students to bounce the ball in specific sequences. Example, twice with their right hand, then once with their left. How can we reinforce grouping and sorting? Here's an easy way. Equipment, counting, and grouping. Use a variety of equipment, balls, bats, etc. Students will group similar items together. They would then count how many pieces of equipment are in that group. Another fun activity to do is scavenger hunt. Have students collect objects. Once items are collected, students will sort and group them based on different attributes like color, size, or type. Students will then count the items in each group. Let's reinforce basic data collection and analysis. Favorite PE activity poll. Ask students their favorite physical activity. Tally the results. Have students discuss which activity is the most popular and which activity is the least popular. Throw and measure. Students will throw an object such as a beanbag. They will measure the distance using non-standard measurements. Non-standard measurements are like the shoe length, your hand span, anything other than your typical measuring tools. Vote with your feet. The teacher will create a list of fun questions. Example, who likes pizza more than tacos? Have students run to one side for pizza or the other sideline for tacos. Students will be able to visually compare the numbers on each side and determine the majority preference. Now that I have shared with you some easy ways to implement math into PE, I look forward to hearing from you. You might have some other suggestions we can discuss. Please feel free to contact me at any time.